Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 video. In this video I'm going to be going through the top 10 new art in Modern Horizons 2. I've been looking forward to making this video. There's been a lot of new cards obviously printed in Modern Horizons, and there's been a lot of great art. It was actually really hard to put this list together, but I really just went with the art that spoke the most to me, or the art that really popped out to me the most. So I want to share that all with you, and I would love to hear in the comment section down below what you enjoyed most about the new art in Modern Horizons 2. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to think, guys and gals I should say. Before I do, the usual 15-second Patreon plug. If you're interested in becoming a patron, check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. My Patreon is set up to make you money more than it is to make me money. If you don't believe me, just click on the link. There's a 5-minute video there that explains the Patreon rewards program. But yeah, I mean, it's really there, no jokes. All the information's on Patreon. Join my Patreon, you're going to get back what you're giving in, plus the longer you're in Patreon. So thank you for your support there. All right, let's get started. Number 10 with Kaleidoscorch, which by the way is a hilarious name. Kaleidoscope and Scorch, I guess, being put together. I just think that's a pretty cool name, but I really enjoyed this art. Anytime there is glowy effects on art, in this case very colorful glow-like effects on art, it really gets to me. Couldn't find a really high resolution. This is true for a lot of the images right now. Since this is new art, a lot of the images are hard to get in high res. So just a disclaimer, there's gonna be a few of them like this. But yeah, this is just, I just really like it. This really pops out to me. This snake-like creature coming off to the right, and you can see there's a few of them, or I'm not sure if it's just its body that's just coiling around. That actually probably is the case. Either way, I just really love it. Very, very colorful. I'm sure it looks fantastic in foil if they gave it the right treatment. This was just my number 10, just made sense. It's something that I wanted to include, but again, because this is type of art that really I do enjoy. It's really a shame I couldn't get number 9 in higher resolution, because this art looks really, really good. Actually, the art on the card looks better than the blown up art that I can find. But it is what it is. What I particularly like about the artwork here is the whatever spell this Radiant Epicure, this vampire wizard, is casting, the soul that she's leeching out of that soldier in the background. I just really love the way the colors kind of mold and mix together. It just looks pretty sweet. If you can get like a close-up shot of this card, or if you've opened it up in your Modern Horizons 2 packs, then you can take a pretty close look at the card. It just looks fantastic. I love the stained glass in the background as well, even though it's not super detailed. It is, it's colored, so there's some detail into it, which I really enjoy. They're in some temple or some church, whatever it may be. I just really, really like the art. I really love the use of color here. Really nice contrast. And again, this is when this card was spoiled. I was like, oh wow. I mean, forget the creature, forget the card. The artwork looks fantastic. So really well done. Again, I really love it. I can definitely feel what's going on in this scene. Number 8, talking about feelings, Guiltblade Prowler. Another piece of artwork that I really, really enjoyed in Modern Horizons 2. I really like the setting here with the background, especially the moon, peering through the clouds, and you have this human rogue, this assassin-like creature, well, person, in this case a human, kind of posing for the camera, but they have their blade out ready to silence whoever gets in their way. I just really love it. I love the roof, the shingles, the shingle styling that is used. They obviously have a Asiatic theme here. Really, I really like that a lot. And I don't know what the original artwork was made in. I'm not sure if it was digital or if it was watercolor or whatever it is. It really looks fantastic. I really love this artwork. I love the setting of it. As you know from my previous top 10s, art top 10s, that's what I really enjoy the most about artwork, is being able to escape into that particular scene, and I definitely feel it here. Really love it. Really nice use of colors. It's just a fantastic piece of art. Number 8 on my list. Number 7. This is just cute. Glimmer Burn, and yes, it is pronounced burn. I had to Google it, just so I wanted to make sure, because I knew it wasn't what I originally thought it was. I was gonna say Bairn, but no, Burn. So Glimmer Burn, which means Glimmer Child. I just think this artwork is cute. I really like it. There's a lot of detail in this artwork. You know, this innocent little child dressed up, I'm assuming, I hope, dressed up like a butterfly or a bee, whatever it may be. And you have the animals all around, all their animal friends. Again, it's really a shame I couldn't get a higher res shot of this artwork, but you could just pay attention to the card, I guess, on the left side of the screen. I just really love it. I love the detail in this card, in this art. You could just stare at it for a while and just see something new. And again, when I first saw it spoiled, I was like, "Aw, it's so cute." It's so cute and it's so well done. And if you all remember, going a while back, Glimmer Burn, made by the same artist, Niels Ham. Yeah, that's also an Oofy. And obviously the artwork has been upgraded. That's for sure. Definitely have a lot more detail in Glimmer Burn than compared to Glimmer Burn, but similar style. The Oofy there also, I assume, is wearing a costume, but maybe I don't know enough about Oofies, so maybe it's part of them. I really don't know. Either way, I think it's really cool. I'm happy they used the same artist, and it's really nice to see the take Niels Ham had on the upgraded Burn, the upgraded Oofy. Really cool. I think that's a 14-year difference. This was printed in 2008. Okay, maybe 13-year difference between the two. That's pretty crazy. I love to see it. I love to see stuff like this. Number 6, Orchid Strider. I'm really upset I couldn't get a better res photo of this, because it's really awesome. Okay, and maybe it's not super clear to you. At least I mean, it is a tree folk creature, and you don't notice it right away. At least I didn't until I kept staring at the artwork. But you do see the eyes, right? You see the eyes and the mouth looking back at you. That's pretty creepy. I love it. I mean, I love the artwork because the artwork is like so bright. You know, there's apples growing off of this tree folk, and there's a nice backdrop, and it's really great. But then you see its face and looking back at you like, get the hell away from me. I just love that. I really love it. There's a lot of detail put into this piece of art. Very, like I said, very colorful, very bright, really nice use of lighting. And this really stuck out to me. The minute I saw it, I put in a folder. I said, okay, this is a card I'm going to be going back to. Plus, I love tree folk in general, but the artwork is fantastic. Again, something I could definitely put myself into and be afraid. Like, I don't know if I necessarily want to be too close to this tree folk. And it looks like this is on like a cliff edge. So it looks like I could pretty easily be thrown off by this particular pissed off tree. I really love it. This is my number 6. This artwork is really, really great. Number 5, Rakdos Headliner. Yeah, the card is, the card is actually pretty awesome. But the artwork is fantastic. Talk about putting yourself in the scene. You know, if you put yourself in the like, you just read the flavor text here. Caution: audience in front row may have throats ripped out. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want to go to the circus or fairgrounds, but the artwork is fantastic. Just jumping right out at you. You know, this entertainer, this Rakdos entertainer. I don't know if entertainer is probably the right word here. This devil, you know, just jumping out at you, the audience, and potentially taking you out. I think it's really well done. I love it. I don't know what else to say. It's fantastic. Again, being able to, not that I would necessarily want to, but escape into the scene and experience the chaos and mayhem going on at a Rakdos fairgrounds. It's interesting. My number 5, definitely cool artwork. Number 4, this could have easily been my number 1. The only reason I didn't is because the other 3, again, I could escape a bit more easily into those. That's how I judged my final 3 or 4 card artwork. But this is going to be definitely iconic art, in particular for anyone that's a Merfolk lover, player of Merfolk decks. This is obviously a huge upgrade to Merfolk. I've played against it. I definitely do not like it. Very difficult creature to deal with. But I don't want to talk too much about the card. I want to talk about the art, and the artwork is fantastic. Seb McKinnon, I don't think we're really surprised here at the level of detail and the level of quality coming out of Seb. This is just fantastic, fantastic artwork. I love it. It's on one hand it could be very serene. I mean, this is a Merfolk god, and you can't really necessarily judge the scale or the size of this Merfolk god, but I like to picture it as this massive, massive fish, this massive Merfolk fish, and those waves, at her tail are maybe tens of feet tall. So she's just this gigantic creature with a harp, I assume, in her hand, or some sort of instrument, whatever it may be. I really love this artwork. Really well done. A lot of detail. I couldn't imagine a better piece of art for a very iconic card entering into Magic, into Modern, and in particular the Merfolk, which I did play Legacy Merfolk for a while, so this is a nice card to see, and it's my number 4. All right, number 3. You might look at this and be like, wow, this is pretty simple, but no, man. Arcbound Javelinaer. Just I actually put a tweet out on this when I saw the artwork explode. I mean, I'm super happy we can get some high-res art here. Just picture yourself there. I mean, I don't know if you'd feel comfortable. I could just picture myself in that scene and like hiding from these massive, soulless, potentially artifact creatures. Obviously out hunting. And yeah, it's super. First of all, artwork is fantastic. I love the way the electrical currents going through the creature. I mean, if you notice in Arcbound creatures, they're all their limbs and all that are put together by the electrical currents, so they're not actually touching each other, which I find is really cool. They're kind of like being held together maybe by some magnetic force, whatever it may be. I think just that alone is pretty cool. It's really captured really well in this artwork. I haven't seen this card in person. I haven't seen it in foil yet. Man, I know it's just an uncommon, so they probably didn't give it the special treatment, but if they gave this foil special treatment, I'm sure it looks fantastic. And I just really like the scene. I could, look at the terrain that they're on. It's not your standard terrain. It's almost like it's like a metallic terrain. So just kind of, escaping into whatever world or planet they're in. And even the clouds in the background, the setting it gives you, the mood. I really, really love this art. This is exactly the type of art I can stare at and then just kind of get into. In this case, I'd be kind of scared, but whatever. At least if I was there. And again, I love the way colors are used here to set the tone, to set the mood, and just these Arcbound creatures looking around. Their spears are in their javelins are in their hand, ready to go, ready to take you out. I'm sure when they throw them, they're not going at you at a slow speed. I don't think you're going to see it coming. So this was definitely, I knew this was going to be my top 3. I don't know where it was going to fit, but I knew this was going to be my top 3 art for the set. Number 2, another Merfolk. I mean, Merfolk got a lot of upgrades in Modern Horizons 2. This artwork, I mean, I don't necessarily want to necessarily compare it to Seth McKinnon's art because I think it's different styles. This obviously is just fantastic. It's so well executed. I've made this comment before in another top 10 video when I was talking about being able to capture water in motion in art, and how I find it very difficult to get right. And I feel like it was really done well here. You can feel maybe the chaos, the controlled chaos of this Tide Shaper. The way the green is just stuck onto him. And the way it has like a glow-like effect to most of it, which I also really attracts me a lot. And then you have the blue mixing with the purple, going into a shade of red. It's so colorful, and it's only utilizing like 5-6 overall colors, and their different shading. This was a piece of art where I was like, wow, this is definitely top 10 art material. Ended up being my number 2 because I can't discount how awesome this artwork is. I really love the details in the Merfolk itself, the Merfolk wizard itself, and just again the chaos. This Tide Shaper is controlling the waves. It's controlling the tide. It's doing whatever it wants to do with the water that is around it, and you can see the motion. And I don't know if that's a cape necessarily, or that's just part of its body. I'm not sure. Let's just assume it's a cape because that's what I thought, you know, when I first saw it. Whatever it is, really well done. You could see the flow and everything, and this made sense as my number 2. All right, number 1, Ragavan. This artwork is awesome. I love this artwork. It's a mythic. I can't wait to see it in foil. I know, I mean, the full art or the extent or the alternate art version is great. It really does look good. But for me, I would pick this, even though I normally prefer collecting alternate art cards. If and when I get my playset of Ragavan, it'll be this card. It'll be this artwork that I choose, because this artwork is just fantastic. I love it. I love all the jewels. I love the monkey. Well, I shouldn't say monkey. I should say Ragavan. It's a character. Although it is a monkey pirate, which is awesome. Gives me Pirates of the Caribbean's vibe. You have your monkey in the center. And yeah, just imagine this as your commander. It's just such an awesome commander. Just, you know, forget the power level for a second. Just it being your commander is hilarious. And of course you can play it in Modern. It's seen plenty of play in Modern. It's a great card. But the artwork is just fantastic. You know, he has all his jewels. He's enjoying his treasure. He's enjoying his rewards. Super flavorful of what the card does, which is, you know, definitely a huge win as well. I just think this is super well executed. I love the detail put into all of it, and there's really a lot of detail that's going into here, that's gone into this artwork. It's not just Ragavan, you know, which in and of itself has quite a bit of detail, even though it's a white monkey. There's only so much detail you can see, but in all of its treasures that you see here, and it's obviously on a boat, and all the details in the back with the ropes for the sails, and it's setting the mood, it's setting the scene. I really love it. It's really well done. This was my number 1. When I saw this, I was like, I think this is my number 1 art for the set. I love it. Like I said, I can't wait to get my hands. Hopefully I'll be opening up at least one on screen. That would be awesome, because then I can give my first-hand impression again when I actually see the card in my hands. That would be pretty cool. But for now, number 1 piece of art from Modern Horizons 2, new piece of art, Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. I think I'm saying that correctly. And that's it for my top 10 Modern Horizons 2 art. What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Like I said, there was plenty of cards I wanted to include, or plenty of artwork that I wanted to include in this, but I had to whittle it down to the top 10 that I wanted to really showcase to you. So here they are. Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about my list, what your list would look like. Really love to see that, and maybe there's some cards. I'm sure there's some pieces of art that I missed, so I'd really love to see what you would pick. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the content in general, please subscribe and notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, share my content on social media, watch my content start to finish like you are right now. If you've seen my videos before, you know what I'm going to say here, and you're still listening to me. So thank you. Every second counts. I would really appreciate it with all the algorithms going out there. If you want to support me further and want to become a patron, check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. Check out the Patreon rewards. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Patreon rewards are really there for you, to thank you. Patreon is there to support opening up sealed product on his channel. All the rares and mythics go back to you as patrons in the form of Patreon rewards, and odds are you'll be making back at least what you put in as a patron, and probably more, especially if you're a patron for over a year. Then you're almost guaranteed to make more than what you put in. So it's kind of like a mini money generating program. Again, it's not there for me, it's really there for you. It's part of the channel. I do giveaways, I do Patreon rewards. That's what I want to do. I enjoy it. Thanks, and have a good one.